William Pellerin, international trade lawyer. He's in Ottawa right now. William, good to have you with us. Thanks for your time.
Always a pleasure.
So this is a big, beautiful victory for Donald Trump again, and I'm curious your takeaway here, because if you look at the details, it almost seems like it's back to the status quo before this whole crisis was triggered.
Yeah, it is a major de-escalation as between the U.S. and China, which I think probably has some good ramifications on Canada as well, and allows Canada to kind of thread the needle as between our two largest trading partners, being the United States and China. So we're seeing a drop in the fentanyl tariff imposed against China from 20% to 10%. There's still a large number of Chinese goods that are subject to sectoral tariffs and additional tariffs. So on average, goods coming from China into the U.S. are still hit with about a 47% tariff rate. So this is bringing the tariff down, but still a lot of work to go. But I think from the U.S. perspective, the most important piece here is that China will resume buying soybeans from the United States. That was a major thorn in the U.S. president's side, really causing havoc with his domestic constituencies with respect to American farmers. There's some real benefits here that the president has been able to secure. But as you point out, much of this was par for the course prior to the president's election.
Yeah, you mentioned soybeans, so let's just look at that for a moment here. I mean, the Chinese stopped buying American soybeans, William, because of what Donald Trump did in terms of trying to limit technology to China. So now the soybeans will be restored. But again, is this really a victory for Trump or not? I mean, was this a manufactured crisis?
Yeah, I think it's probably the latter. I mean, we're looking at a little bit of damage mitigation here by the United States that had to effectively walk back a little bit of the tariffs that they've imposed. I mean, getting into a trade war with as between two major global economies is always going to cause collateral damage. And I think the U.S. administration was seeing this. The government of China probably saw that as well. And they both reached the conclusion that it was time to de-escalate. So reopening the purchase of rare earths, looking at investments, looking at the purchase of soybeans, reducing tariffs. So there's a large number of moving parts there that make this a good de-escalation or damage mitigation agreement.
All right, let me ask you about Mark Carney and the meeting that's coming up between him and the Chinese, all as part of Carney's visit to Asia as well. There is, of course, a trade war going on with China. We don't cover it as much as we do the American one, but as you know, this involves Chinese electric vehicles. It involves agricultural exports to China, particularly from Saskatchewan, like canola, but others, and what you think may come of that meeting.
I think that's absolutely the right question. So you're absolutely right. There's a major set of tariffs on both sides. Canada imposes tariffs on Chinese steel, on the Chinese electric vehicles of 100% tariff. China countered with 100% tariff on Canadian canola. There is on canola seed tariffs, also on peas, on pork, on seafood, and so on. And so really important to see if there is an avenue to de-escalate that trade war with China, particularly as we try to diversify the economy away from the United States. So the U.S. is our largest trading partner. China is our second largest trading partner. If we want to diversify more away from the United States, as the Prime Minister has signaled, then you have to look at China. You can look at a large number of other countries as well, but you can't ignore our number two trading partner. So I think that's where there's some work to be done. And it's going to be very difficult. It's going to be very difficult for the Prime Minister to thread that needle between getting on China's good side without alienating the United States, like dropping our Chinese EV tariffs might do.
Hey, William, it's good to have you back and appreciate your insights on this one today.
Real pleasure.